am back at the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts. Again, I'm here now to see another one of the UCF Celebrates the Arts performances. I don't really know what it's going to be about, and I don't know if I'll be able to film in the actual experience, but I will definitely be talking to you about it. What I am here to see, I pulled out my ticket eventually, is called The Assassination of the American Dream, and it is an immersive theater experience. Basically, the words immersive or interactive will make me buy a ticket. So if you would like my money, make an immersive or interactive theater presentation and I will be there. I did manage to take just a tiny bit of footage right when the actual show ended, as they were clearing out, so you can't see all the players, but you can get a general idea of what was happening, and I'll put that here with a little bit of narration. Here you can see the layout of the room, the 4 sections surrounding the main center section, and here by the body are all of the pieces of the other 4 groups, everything that they had created as part of the American Dream and then decided to discard when they gave up on that dream. As for what you were looking at, so there were 5 different sections. Each of them had a little heading. When you walked in, they handed you a sheet of paper with info on it about each of the little sections. So you had the Wanderers, which was the band of homeless men. You had Me Too in Motion, which was the 3 women sitting, and they did readings of stories and presentations about the Me Too movement and women sharing their stories. And then they used red paint to sort of paint on each other and sort of live out in motion those stories. And then there was Children of the Future, which was the classroom setting, and I didn't spend much time over there, so I'm not entirely sure what it was all about, but it was a lot about the reactions that people have and how we fight to keep children silent and how that shouldn't be what happens. And it ended with people being able to write protest signs. And then there was the artist, which is Sweet American Dreams. He was painting on sugar glass, and he kept breaking his portraits of things that he had thought were the American Dream, or things that he asked us to paint as our vision or other people's vision of the American Dreams. And then in the center was Taking Aim at the American Dream, which was perhaps the best part. And so it was a person laying under a flag, and all you could see was their legs sticking out and then a blood splatter coming out. And I thought it was very simple, but it very clearly conveyed the message, and all of the other pieces started leaving things, their destroyed dreams, at the feet of this body. So the artist put his cracked sugar paintings there, the students put their protest signs, the homeless men put their hats and canes and musical instruments, the Me Too movement women put their clothes. It just wrapped everything up really, really well. Overall, this was a good presentation. There were a couple of things that I wish had happened. I felt they had these announcements in the middle where a siren went off, which I thought was great, and then they said a moment of silence, and I thought that audio was way too loud and obnoxious. But then they showed slides of different people who died from gun violence and also the homeless problem in the US. And then they asked for a moment of prayers and reflection, and that's when everything kicked off again. And they sort of highlighted each of the 4 individual bits, but mostly the Me Too and the musicians, and I felt like there wasn't enough highlighting for the artists and the students, and so focus was never drawn by the entire audience to either of those, and I thought that was kind of a detriment to the piece overall. But I did enjoy it. It was not necessarily what I expected, but it was pretty cool. It was very short, like 40 minutes at the most, I think, but I thought it was a very well orchestrated 30 minutes. And apparently it's done by a grad program, so a group of grad students. And the other cool thing is that they had you fill out a survey at the end that was like, what did you feel? What did you like? How did this make you feel? What did you leave with? That kind of stuff, which I thought was a great idea. So yeah, my immersive interactive theater experience has been great. I'm going to leave the Dr. Phillips Center, and I'll see you tomorrow.